So I wanted to share my day with you guys. I'm still wearing this because I went back to bed. I worked for about a half an hour and I couldn't stay awake. So I went back to bed at 6:30. Woke up at 10:30. So that tells you something because I went to bed at 8 last night. So I'm tired. I hate sleeping like a crazy person. But another thing, I woke up and I was like, you know what? I feel all right. I'll go back to work. Not blow through all my vacation time. So I worked for 4 hours. My last call, this lady's like, "Oh, you're in Buffalo," and I'm like, "Yeah, we're in Buffalo." That's what I tell everyone. We're in Buffalo, because nobody knows where Lockport is. And she goes, "Oh, what about Niagara Falls?" "No, well, this one's in Buffalo." "Oh, where are you really located?" And I go, "Well, our office is actually in Lockport, but nobody knows where that is." And then she's like, "How far are you from Niagara Falls?" I'm like, "I don't know, 30 minutes." And she goes, "How long are you from Batavia?" "I don't know, 30 minutes." "Rochester?" I'm like, "Ma'am, did I say my name was Rand McNally when I answered the phone?" "I don't believe I did. I'm not a geography person." I'm like, I don't know. And then I go, "Do you have any more banking questions that I could help you with?" And she's like, No, I'm good." And I'm like, "All right, well, you have a wonderful day." The only good thing about that call is that she got me to my ending point during the day where I stopped taking calls without me having to fudge with my times. So I let her ask the questions, and then when I was done, I was like, you know what? This could go on forever. I'm gonna cut her off. So I had high hopes about staying late, maybe working a little more overtime, or in my case it'll be makeup time. And then I'm like, you know what? These calls are crazy. I'm not gonna do it. So I'm waiting for my friend's husband. He's gonna come over. He's gonna mow the lawn with his mower because her son. I'm not gonna blame him because I'm sure he feels bad, but he broke my mower. He broke the blade on my new mower, and they're replacing the blade. Um, I hope it's not expensive. I'll be happy to chip in if they ask me to. They're not on Facebook, so they won't know that I'm saying this. They just think I'm a tightwad, and I am. But he's gonna come back and mow later. I'm like, why don't you make Drew do it? And he's like, but whatever. He's gonna come mow. I appreciate the mow. So they're gonna put the new blade on later. They had to order one. I feel so bad. We have this thing that sticks up in our front yard, and I don't know, it's the water sewer thing. I've never hit it, but in my backyard, when I used to mow, we have this tree. Um, it's not a branch, what is it, a tree root or whatever, from my neighbor's tree that coincidentally he cut out the past year or so. I have dinged the mower on that and messed up the blade, but on my old mower, it wasn't so that the mower wouldn't function anymore. It was bent, but it wasn't bent a lot. Drew bent it pretty good. So that's how my day went. Um, Now I'm gonna sit back and watch Supernatural again. As you can see, I didn't feel like doing my hair, so I just left my sleeping hat on. And okay, so for those of you, I was asking about the greasy cream, because my face is super greasy in the summer. Um, I bought this stuff from Rimmel. I don't remember what it's called, but you can find it on Amazon. Just look up Rimmel Matte, Matte. Look at, I used it, no grease. I didn't put as much here, so there's a little greasy, but there you go, folks. I found it. And I may change my facial soaps, but right now the one I'm using is all right. And so these are important things that I'm discussing with you. And oh my gosh, I just saw in the Buffalo News that they're starting to let Americans back into Canada, but it's very limited. It has to be for a good reason, for a family reason. So hopefully by the time I go there next month, I can go for the bad reasons. Um, I will say that I have family in Prince Edward Island that I'm going to visit if I have to. I'll be like, yes, I'm going to visit Aunt Shirley. And they'll be like, okay, sounds good. I'll be like, yep, she's my sister. She's my kindred spirit. Those of you who have read Anne of Green Gables know exactly what I'm talking about. So here's to hoping. And that's all. That's all, folks. I just heard my microwave go off. Yeah, and it's going off again. It's like, hello. Did you not hear me the first time? So I'm gonna go get my food. And in case you haven't noticed, I voted. I got to mail that. I like these absentee ballots. Then I don't have to leave. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would go. It's just the church around the corner where my voting location is. I went when I needed to, but this absentee ballot, so convenient for me now, because then I can not leave the house, which is something I'm awfully good at. All right, see y'all later.